What really happened on that particular day?
One, the field really, if you know Tamale, Kaladan, I think it was called Kaladan.
Yeah,
That time it didn't have 1 year of grass. It was gravel field. And the stands, there weren't any stands as such. So the people really, the spectatorate, stood right to the markings of the playing field. And at every point, the players felt threatened by the local supporters. And then the referee, I don't know the motivation, whether it had been induced or whatever. It was sort of giving fouls when there hadn't been any fouls, and mostly against Kotoko. So in the end, we found him whistling. I think that time the RTU beat Kotoko by a goal or two. We protested that the goals went, perhaps from offside also, this guy wouldn't hear. So, of course, for sportsmanship, we just accepted and played on. Ending without us losing the match. We had driven all the way from Kumasi to Tamale. So at the end, with crestfallen, we were going to go back into our buses because the referee had really not been fair. We had protested endlessly. But we found that, in spite of the fact that we'd given the match to our opponents, the opponents were not satisfied. They started chasing us, throwing stones at us, and then beating their drums, hurling abuses. So players as well as the officials, we had to run for life's sake into our buses to go back. So it became something that registered firmly in our minds, that if that was the way officiating and playing were going to go, then football wouldn't have a future. So I remember Kaladan very well. And let me perhaps brag a bit. It contributed towards when I eventually became president, helping to build the Tamale Stadium, named after my vice president, Aliu. Aliu, incidentally, at that time was either the chairman of RTU, when I was also chairman of Kotoko. So that's a bit of history for you.